And then we have the endocrine system, which is the glands in the body that secrete hormones. We know today that most of us are estrogen dominant. What does that mean? It means that we are producing more estrogen in our bodies compared to progesterone. So you can either call it estrogen dominance or you can call it progesterone deficiency. And so we want to balance those hormones. Progesterone is what I call the governor of the cell. Progesterone keeps, estrogen in check. And so if you see cells that are growing out of control, progesterone will actually go in and tell it to stop growing. And even has the ability to pre-program cells to die. It even has the ability to pre-program cells to die. So that's why you want to have your endocrine system imbalanced. And part of that also is thyroid. Thyroid is the conductor of the orchestra. Thyroid provides energy. You need that energy in order for that command center, called the DNA, to work properly. So when you work with an integrative medical doctor, even if your first thermogram comes back inflammatory or a lot of inflammation, vascular patterns, the thing is that 90-day follow-up is very important because we know majority of cells in the body change every 90 days. You get death and you get regrowth. The only system that's 180 days is your red blood cells. So technically speaking, about every 90 to 100 days, cells change. So when you think about thermography, please don't think of it in terms of mammography because it's not the same. As I said, anatomy changes take much longer. If you're really interested in prevention and taking that path to healing, then you get involved in your own destiny in healing. So integrating thermography with functional medicine, or as I call it, integrative medicine, where you're bridging ancient medicine with modern medicine, that you have the ability to program your destiny and choose that fork in the road with the proper path, so that 10 years from now, you're not diagnosed with a breast cancer. 10 years from now, you're living a very healthy life despite how your body physiologically interacts with the environment. So, some other questions that are asked of me is this covered by insurance? We know today that, especially with healthcare reform sitting on the hot seat, so to speak, it's time for us to hold ourselves accountable and be responsible for our own health. I like to think of health insurance really as disease insurance. And I'm here to promote healing. I don't manage disease. I'm all about prevention and getting to the root cause of what's really going on. So we do provide you with procedure codes that match the diagnostic code. And we'll give you a super bill that you can submit to your insurance company yourself, because every single insurance company with contracts is completely different. Is thermography radiating your body? No, it's not. Thermography is medical infrared imaging that picks up the radiation that those cells are emitting. And as I said before, converts those images with computer-related software so that we're able to determine vascular patterns and temperature differential. It is safe. It doesn't touch the body. You are in a room that is acclimated between 68 and 72 degrees. So Celsius. So that means that your body sits to create homeostasis or balance with the environment, so we can pick up truly what's going on with the body. I mostly do this for breast imaging because I really am into prevention screening. However, thermography can also be used for musculoskeletal purposes, nervous system etiologies, cancer, follow-up procedures, and again, prevention, because that's really the key to this. Mammography is not prevention screening. When you have a mammogram, you're really going in to determine, is today the day that you're going to be diagnosed with a cancer? So this screening tool is awesome. Those out there who have some form of chronic fatigue syndrome, have a lot of pain, there are practitioners that work with trigger point acupuncture, and it's a great tool to use because it assists acupuncturists and chiropractors and medical doctors who are doing trigger point injections to determine that they are in the proper area. I also have used it with some of our local MDs that are doing laser therapy and are seeing incredible results with significant amount of inflammation being reduced. So it's really a win-win situation, because when you put these images in color, it really confirms these early inflammation. And we know inflammation is cancer, it's cardiovascular disease, stroke, obesity, diabetes. You remember seeing the Time magazine, The Silent Killer, which is inflammation. So this is a perfect tool because it allows you to look into the body and see that cellular inflammation that you would never know about until one day you wake up and you're diagnosed with this devastating disease. There is a lot of literature out there on thermography. There's over 800 peer-reviewed articles since the early 70s, and the most recent is 2009 with the American College of Surgeons. This was published in the ACS. Cornell University conducted a study with 92 women and found that thermography was 97% accurate and sensitive. It diagnosed 58 out of 60 malignant tumors. And the true negative test was also very high, meaning that you did not have a true cancer. So the important thing is to get your initial scan and then your 90-day baseline and then your yearly, and working with an integrative medical doctor who really understands functional medicine and balance and getting the body to do what it's intended to do, and that is to heal. So I believe that medical thermography is the future form of breast imaging. We no longer will be traumatized by mammography, and we won't have that cumulative effect of radiation, which we know does damage DNA. So I thank you for this opportunity to shed some light on the truth that thermography is the future of breast imaging and other forms of imaging in determining early inflammation so you live a long and fruitful life. Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Jeanne Stryker, medical doctor, here in Solana Beach, California at ThermalMD. You can visit our website at www.thermalmd.us or roseclinic.us. Have a wonderful day and be blessed. Thank you.